For of course not only for physical and mental health. First, be kind and benevolent. There are many joys in life. First of all, doing good deeds is the happiest, understanding others and forgiving others is the happiest. The second is big realm and little fun. Great realm, that is, don't fight for the short and long of a day, don't care about the gains and losses under your nose, don't care about being misunderstood and attacked for a while. You can afford to win and lose, you can afford to follow the crowd and you can afford to be alone, you can afford to be alone. Selfless at least it is to have less selfishness and less fear. If I have great ambitions, I will cultivate my awe-inspiring spirit. I can always see the light, see the turning point, see the hope and see the lessons in different situations. This is called incurable optimism. The big realm does not engage in petty fights, not for other reasons, at least because there is no time, and spends time on scrambling, haggling, trivial matters, muttering, digging and searching, talking to yourself. You say, how promising is he in this life? Small pleasures refer to not rejecting small things and feeling the joy of life from them. Happiness is also a value. Happiness is not only in the ultimate goal and lofty ideal of life, but also in the specific and small things and processes of life. Happiness lies not only in reaching the goal, but also in the whole process of reaching the goal. It is fun to start at dawn and sweep the court. Buying fried dough sticks or making porridge, grinding soybean milk or boiling milk, baking bread or okajik is also fun. Squeezing the bus, watching sentient beings, and seeing couples still in love on the bus is a pleasure. Isn't it fun to take a taxi and listen to Master D talking about God? It is good to subscribe to a newspaper, and it is also very happy to read many kinds of newspapers for free at the public newspaper reading column. Cooking, frying pancakes, making dumplings, buying ready-made quick frozen dumplings, washing dishes is very fun, and repairing bicycles, flush toilets, electric doors and fuses is very interesting. Talking with sensible people is a kind of enjoyment, and grinding your teeth with foolish people, let you know that there are such unreasonable people in the world, isn't it also an eye-opener? I am most satisfied with my serving children is the sweetest thing. Give your wife I am most proud of friends. Going shopping, taking tea, making phone calls, traveling home, reading and writing, taking medicine and exercising, keeping warm in winter and enjoying the cool in summer, washing face, feet, bathing, and washing clothes are all very pleasant. A great person is also an ordinary person, and a great person should also enjoy the happiness of ordinary people and live the life of ordinary people. Cherish every day, every moment, every event, every opportunity to speak, every opportunity to work, every opportunity to sweat, as long as you live. When I was a minister, I used to wear slippers to buy deep-fried pancakes in the early morning. Xian Fengxia found out about this, and she had a strong reaction to it many times. In fact, this is exactly my happiness. Although we still cannot exhaust the mysteries of the universe, the earth, the mysteries of life, and the end of human life, can we deny that the appearance of man is a great miracle? Can we deny our own existence is a great miracle? Can we not admit that our consciousness, our thoughts, our emotions are something to be cherished? Can we not cherish the hours and minutes of the days of our lives? How can we always sue our brains and pretend that everyone owes you $200? Among the various problems of people, among the various curse words, boring is a very heavy word, a destructive word. Sadly, there are still too many boring people. Apart from one or two things, such as money, official, and at most, sneaking and playing tricks, such a person has no hobbies or interests. A mind full of lawsuits, a mind of self-interest, and a mind of right and wrong, at most, add a stomach to eat and drink. No books, no newspapers, no mountain tours, no water play, no flowers, no planting grass, no turtles, fish, cats, dogs, no chess, no cards, no labor, no exercise, no study, no singing, do not dance, do not practice Tai Chi, do not cry, do not laugh, are not humorous, are not curious, do not ask questions, do not go to art exhibitions, do not go to parks, and do not go to department stores. I live a boring life, which ruins all people with the minds of those he came into contact with. Sometimes I even think radically, I would rather be a villain than a boring man. Women are a little bit better, women generally at least have to grasp life, and there is still a bit of trivial life in their hearts, In particular, It is creepy to think that a boring person has a spouse, and that his spouse will spend his life with such a person. Men and women. Eileen Chang. The average man likes to teach a woman to be bad, but also likes to influence a bad woman and turn her into a good woman. Qian Zongzhu. Women are all stupid, exactly as stupid as men hope, no more, no less. Zhang Ailing. After a man understands a woman thoroughly, he will not love her. Qian Zongzhu. After a quarrel, if you make peace, you often have to go back and review the words of the quarrel. The man said, otherwise I wouldn't be angry, because you said a certain sentence. The woman said, then why did you say that sentence first? I can't figure it out, maybe I will accompany you to a small quarrel. 02. Love. Eileen Chang. I thought that love could fill the regrets of life. However, create more regrets. But it happens to be love. Qian Zongzhu. Love is mostly unsuccessful, either because of the boredom of finally getting married, or because of the sadness of not being able to get married. 03. Marriage. Eileen Chang. Originally, once you get married, the pre-marriage experience becomes insignificant. No matter who pursues who at the beginning, anyway, once you get married, whatever is unreasonable has the upper hand. Qian Zongzhu. To be honest, no matter who you marry, after you get married, you will always find that you married someone other than the original one. Zhang Ailing. Marry a red rose, and over time, the red one will become a smear of mosquito blood on the wall, and the white one will still be moonlight in front of the bed. Marry a white rose, and the white one will be a grain of rice scum on the clothes, while the red one will become a smear of mosquito blood on the wall. It is a cinnabar mole on the heart. Qian Zongzhu. Marriage is a besieged city. People outside the city want to enter, and people inside the city want to get out. 04. Life. Eileen Chang. Life is like a jumping fish in your hands. You want to catch it but it smells fishy. Qian Zongzhu. The thorn in life is here. What you are nostalgic for and don't want to go fast is the thing you don't miss. 05. The world. Eileen Chang. People without umbrellas walk next to people with umbrellas. No matter how close you are, you can't hide from the rain, and you will get wetter instead. Qian Zongzhu. You are already cynical in the big places, and you are serious about the small details. The contradiction is too ridiculous. Eileen Chang. Maybe love is not enthusiasm, nor is it nostalgia, but the years, and the years have become a part of life. Qian Zongzhu. There are only two kinds of people in the world. For example, when given a bunch of grapes, one kind of person eats the best ones first, while the other kind saves the best ones for last. As usual, the first type of person should be optimistic, because every grape he eats is the best among the leftover grapes. The second type of person should be pessimistic, because every grape he eats is the worst among the leftover grapes. But the fact is just the opposite. The reason is that the second kind of people still have hope, while the first kind of people only have memories. These two literati with very different personalities have painted a very strong and brilliant color for the legendary era in which heroes emerged together and masters appeared frequently, which will not fade for a long time. Yang Zhening and Mo Yan had a dialogue at Peking University. The two Nobel Prize winners gathered together. Yang Zhening said, "You are the son of a farmer, and I am the son of a university professor." They both won the Nobel Prize. How do you feel? Mo Yan's answer was both dignified and although Mo Yan was born as a farmer, from appearance to conversation and manner, he reveals simplicity and authenticity, which is also the ability of a literary master to be so outstanding. Yang Zhening said, "I want to ask Mo Yan a question. You and I have taken different paths, and our backgrounds are completely different. You are the son of a farmer, I am the son of a university professor. You have taken the path of literature, and I have taken the path of science. The two of us walked up to the stage in Stockholm for the award. But when I stepped onto the podium, I deeply felt that my feelings were different from those of the Nobel Prize winners in history. When you won the award in Stockholm last year, did you also have the same feeling that your award is different from a British or a Frenchman winning an award there?" How did Mo Yan answer? Mo Yan said, "I feel that I am different from anyone else. This award is awarded to a Chinese writer for the first time, especially about the literary award that has been a hot issue in China for decades, and I am deeply troubled by it. So at this time, I know that the winner has become a scientific object studied by everyone. He is not a person anymore. So when I received the award, I felt that I was not a recipient, not an observed person, but an observer. So someone asked me, when you received the award, did you have any thoughts when you received the medal from the king? No thinking, just observing. Mo Yan's answer was indeed a celebrity, and he said it in a humorous and proper way. What Mo Yan said is right, no matter who the Nobel Prize is awarded to, many people will be dissatisfied. Because there is no first in literature, and there is no second in martial arts. There is really no first place in literature. If you let me choose, I will choose Dream of Red Mansions, Siku Kwanchu, 4 Generations Under One Roof, Ordinary World and even White Deer Plain. Maybe let me choose, but the contribution of science and medicine is only the first and not the second. The host asked Mo Yan again, how do you evaluate geniuses? Mo Yan said, Professor Yang Zhening is a genius in my heart. Someone once said that I won the Nobel Prize why I kept such a low profile. I said, if I get the Nobel Prize in physics, you can see if I am low-key or not, I will be very high-key. Because physics is a law of nature, which is well known to all, if you disagree, you have to produce evidence. But literature is suitable for all ages. Everyone has a different understanding. What you think is good, others may think it is rubbish. Mo Yan finally said to Yang Zhening, if there is an afterlife, I must study physics hard. Mo Yan's first education may be known to everyone. He only went to the 5th grade of elementary school, and he has the same education as Zheng Yuanjia, but this does not affect the 2 writers who have become masters. Mo Yan was expelled from school for being mischievous in the 5th grade, but he did not stop studying. Even though his family was poor, his parents bought him a brief history of ancient China. He just read books at home, flipped through the dictionary, and learned 500 Chinese characters, and these 500 Chinese characters were the basis for him to embark on the path of literature. Mo Yan is very sober, not like an arrogant literati. You will even find that he doesn't even have the arrogance of a literati. This is more real and more personable. Mo Yan's answer was really good, very down-to-earth, very simple, neither narcissistic lofty, nor pretentious and artificial. Not to mention the arrogance of literati, he just expresses his truest feelings at the moment. In this conversation, some people also questioned why the host called Yang Zhening Mr. Yang and Mo Yan Mo Yan. The reason is very simple. You should read more books. Mo Yan is a pseudonym, like Mr. Lucen and Mr. Bing Xian. When have you ever seen someone call you Mr. Lu, Mr. Bing? Isn't that funny? Mo Yan said in a speech, compared with science, literature is indeed useless, but I think the greatest usefulness of literature may be that it is useless. It is true that words are exhaustive and meanings are endless. In one sentence, the use of uselessness is of great use. Some people think they are doing useful things, but they will leave a bad reputation for thousands of years. Some people seem to be doing useless work, but they will be famous for future generations and cited as great use. The discourse power of political literature should not be in the hands of Mo Yan and other political cancers. Using literature as a cover-up, they attempt to instigate political acts of subversion of state power that are both repulsive and harmful to society. Mo Yan's books contain a lot of content that slanders our party and state power, and attempts to incite mobilization orders and manifestos that subvert state power. This kind of behavior has exceeded the duty of the writer and seriously violated the rights and interests of readers. When people criticize Mo Yan from a political point of view, his followers often use his previous political identity as an excuse to suppress public opinion and try to shift the focus. They are not only absurd politics, but also political blindness and political cancer. Therefore, we must clearly point out that political literature cannot be abused as a political tool, let alone manipulated by those political cancers. As readers and citizens, we should be alert to political literature, strengthen supervision and criticism. Only in this way can literature return to the value and meaning it should have, and contribute to the progress and beauty of human society. First of all, the discourse power of political literature should not be in the hands of some people, but should be held by people with insight and deep observation. However, Mo Yan and his followers did not possess such qualities, and they only used literature to instigate political acts of subversion of state power. Mo Yan's books contain a large amount of content that slanders our party and state power, which cannot be tolerated. He tried to use literature to achieve his political ambitions, which is beyond the writer's duty. A particularly striking example is the book Frog, in which Mo Yan described the poverty and misfortune of rural China in a fictitious way, blaming it on the wrong policies of our party. In the process, Mo Yan disregards historical background and facts, and only conveys his paranoid political ideas through fictional plots. In addition, he included politics in his literature, which also exposed his political stance, and tried to indoctrinate readers with his own ideas. This behavior seriously violated the rights and interests of readers. To make matters worse, Mo Yan's followers often use their political identities to suppress public opinion and defend Mo Yan and his own political ideology. This behavior is not only ridiculous, but also tramples on the rights of the people. They also often use tricks such as thieves shouting to catch the thief, blaming others, etc., trying to confuse the public and divert the focus, and cover up their true intentions. Therefore, we must clearly point out that political literature cannot be abused as a political tool, let alone manipulated by those political cancers. As readers and citizens, we must be alert to political literature, but also to step up surveillance and criticism. Only in this way can literature return to the value and meaning it should have, and contribute to the progress and beauty of human society.